Hi and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be doing the combined 11 for the Chelsea versus Manchester United game that's playing at Stamford Bridge tomorrow night. So yeah, let's get started. In at number one, we've got Andre Onana for Manchester United versus Petrovic. I think that's what his name is. I think it's Petrovic for Chelsea. So between the two, I'm going to be going with Andre Onana. I think in as much as Onana didn't have a good start, or rather he had a proper shaky start to the season. To be fair to the guy, in the past couple of months, he's come good. He started to look like a decent goalkeeper. I'm not saying he's looked world class or anything like that, no. But he's looked decent. And yeah, if you're asking me who I'm going with between Onana and Petrovic, excuse me, I'm definitely going with Andre Onana. Moving it on to right back, we've got Diogo Dalot versus Malo Gusto. Now, these are two top right backs, if you ask me. Like, I'm a very, very, very big fan of Malo Gusto. If anything, when it comes to Chelsea players, I think he's been one of the standout players this season. Of course, someone like Cole Palmer's been their player of the season, no doubt about it. But I think when it comes to that player of the season award, when they do the nominations, Malo Gusto should be right up there with Cole Palmer when it comes to the votes. Of course, Palmer's clear. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the guy. But unfortunately, for Malo Gusto, I'm an even bigger fan of Diogo Dalot. So when it comes to the two of them, I've got to have to pick my boy, Diogo. He's been Man United's player of the season. And I know the numbers for Gusto are better. He's got more assists, I believe. But I don't know, the way in which Diogo Dalot has just performed for Man United this season, for me, I can't pick Gusto over him. So for me, I'm going to go with Diogo Dalot at right back. And then moving on to right centre back, we've got Rafa Varane for Man United versus Axel Disasi for Chelsea, who is absolute trash. This Disasi guy is not good, man. He's not good, so I'm not going to waste time on that one. Definitely going with Varane over Disasi. Moving over to left centre back, we've got Levi Colwill for Chelsea versus Lisandro Martinez. Has not been fit all season, so we can't involve him. Who's there for United? Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof. These guys are all not good players. So it's easy for me. Levi Colwill is looking like a proper prospect and someone who's got quite a high ceiling. So he looks like he's going to be a top defender in the future. So I'm going to go with Levi Colwill for left centre back. And then when I go to left back, I would have gone with Luke Shaw, because I think in as much as he's injury prone, he's a good player. But unfortunately for him, he's been injured all season. And even when we speak, he's still injured. So I can't involve Luke Shaw. So if anything, it would be between Cucurella for Chelsea or Ben Chilwell, because the United left backs are both injured. So between Cucurella and Chilwell, I think I'm going to go with Chilwell. In as much as Chilwell is also trash, still choose Chilwell. Moving it on to the midfield three. Yeah, this is where it gets tough, like proper tough. But if you're asking me, I'm going to go with a midfield three with 2 8s and the 6, basically. So for the 6, I need someone who's proper defensive. So you've got Caicedo for Chelsea and Casemiro for Man United. So Casemiro is the better player, don't get it twisted. But then to be fair, Casemiro hasn't had a good season this season. He's been poor. And especially of late, it's either he's injured or he comes on and doesn't play well. Like he's looking like he's a bit old and the Premier League is a bit too fast for him. And I know Caicedo hasn't had a brilliant season so far for Chelsea, but it's his first season and he's still young and he's still gonna get better and better. So like it's close between Casemiro and Caicedo for me, but I'm gonna go with Caicedo here. Definitely gonna go with Caicedo. And then the 2 8s, we've got Kobbie Mainoo versus who for Chelsea? Versus Conor Gallagher. I mean, come on, guys. Mainoo, Gallagher, easy. Starboy wins. Kobbie Mainoo gets in there. And then we've got the last position, the other 8. We've got the battle of the Fernandes guys. Bruno Fernandes versus Enzo Fernandez. Now, if you're asking me who gets in, who fills that last slot, I'm sorry, but it's got to be Enzo Fernandez. Bruno Fernandes for me is someone I'll be honest, I'm tired of the guy. Always moaning, whinging, all of that. Anyway, that's a show for another day. But I'm I'm going with Enzo Fernandez. I know he hasn't had a great season either, but look, who's had a great season apart from what's his name? Palmer and Gusto at Chelsea? No one. I think it's only those two guys who've had a good season. Maybe even Colby's been alright. But the rest of them haven't been good. So Enzo Fernandez for me is suffering from that. But I genuinely believe that Enzo Fernandez is a top player. Or rather, he will be a top player in the future. So I'm not surprised Chelsea paid that release clause. Don't get me wrong, they overpaid. So they definitely have a baller in their hands. So yeah, I'm going to go with Enzo Fernandez. And then that completes my midfield three. Moving on to the front three. Right wing position. For Chelsea, we've got Cole Palmer. And there's no point mentioning anyone from Man United because they're all rubbish. They're all rubbish. Antony's rubbish. And who else is there for right wing? Ahmed hasn't been given a chance. Garnacho hasn't played enough games there. So, yeah, it's easy. Cole Palmer has been an absolute revelation for Chelsea. And he's been an absolute bargain. So, Cole Palmer wins hands down. He secures the right wing spot. Left wing spot, we've got Marcus Rashford from Man United versus Raheem Sterling for Chelsea. Now, these are both rubbish players. Rashford is trash, and so is Sterling. So, if you're asking me who I'm going with, they're awful, man. Both of them are so bad. They're so bad, and I'm not going to involve Garnacho as well because, to be honest, for me, he hasn't had the greatest of seasons this season. So, also, it's a big game, so I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford. And the reason why I'm going to go with Rashford is because Rashford always steps up when it comes to the big games. He could be in the worst form of his life, but then we play a big game, big side, and he'll score. So he might, for the fact that he might come up with a goal or an assist or something in that game, I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford on left wing. And then up top, we've got Nicholas Jackson for Chelsea, versus Rasmus Højlund for Manchester United. So if you're asking me who I'm going to go with in that position, I think Jackson is just... I mean, these Chelsea fans were calling him Drogba when they first signed him. Like, come on, guys. Let's be honest here. Jackson is not it. He's a decent footballer, but he's not Drogba levels. And the way Chelsea fans were hyping him up and all that. Anyways, yeah. If you're asking me who I'm going with, I'm going to go with my boy Rasmus Højlund. So that completes my combined 11. So yeah, moving on to the game itself. Manchester United versus Chelsea. I mean, what? 10, 15 years ago, this would be a big game, a potential title decider. But both clubs have fallen off badly since then. And as we speak, Chelsea are 11th. Or is it 12th? I can't even keep track, but they're rubbish. They're the bottom half of the league. United aren't that much better. We're 6th. And it doesn't look like we're going to qualify for Champions League next season either. But these are just two rubbish sides. I don't know what more to say. Like, I mean, it's so bad that I couldn't even be bothered to do an actual video, a separate video on the match preview. Because usually I would do a preview for Manchester United versus Chelsea, but I was just like, the teams are so dead that I may as well just squeeze it into this combined 11. But anyways, I see tomorrow's game being... Chelsea will dominate us because, like I always say, Man United don't dominate any football game. We can't control the ball. We always get dominated by the opposition. So I see Chelsea having more possession of the ball and creating more chances. And if they're clinical, they might score a few goals. But at the same time, United does enjoy playing against teams that like to control the ball and attack us because they leave lots of space behind them. We can hit them on the counter. Because we're basically a transitional team and a team that looks to hit teams on the counter. So I think it could be a good opposition for United, but at the same time, I'm not comfortable with us winning because we haven't won in Stamford Bridge in a minute. Eh? We barely win whenever we, even from the days of Jose. So now I can probably count less than 5 times in one that we've actually gone to Stamford Bridge and won. So I'm not too confident about us getting a win tomorrow. But I don't know if we will lose either. Like, it's such a mixed bag. Both teams are just so rubbish that anything can happen. I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm going to keep it short and simple. My prediction for tomorrow's game is that it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I think I already... actually, that's what I said on the when I did my preview. Or rather, my game week predictions, which have been going horribly wrong so far, I must admit. I think I've only got 1 out of 5 correct. So yeah, it's a bad week for me in terms of predictions. But anyways, I'm hoping United win somehow tomorrow, 2-1 or 3-2, but I think we're going to draw 2-2. So, yeah, those are my thoughts into tomorrow's, game versus Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Also, let me know in the comments if you feel there's any player that I left out of the combined 11, or that you feel that I included who was not supposed to be included. Just let me know in the comments. Like, also, I'd like to know, let me know in the comments as well. Am I wrong for including Rasmus Højlund over Nicholas Jackson for the number 9 position? Also, am I wrong to include Diogo Dalot over Malo Gusto? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. And yeah, I'll see you soon. So like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And again, like I said, I'll see you soon, guys.